Okay guys, so this is tutorial 2.1, question number 1E. Okay, so I'm going to explain this further because some of your friends could not understand how to find the first principle if the function is a fraction. Okay, so for this question, the function is given as fx, okay, fx any, which is 1 over x plus 3. Okay, jadi we know that we have to substitute into the formula of yang limit h approaching to 0. Okay, lepas tu formula dia x plus h, function of x plus h, minus dengan function of f over h. Okay, so formula ni memang kena hafal lah. Okay, kalau tak diberi dalam exam lah. Okay, but before this dia bagi. So kalau dia tak bagi tu sila hafal lah. Okay, and for us to use this formula, of course, we need to know what is the function of x plus h. Okay, so the function of x plus h is exactly the same function as fx. Cuma the x ni we change to x plus h. Okay, so x tukar jadi x plus h. Once we have done that, we just substitute this new function of x plus h into the formula like that. Okay, well done, Aidan Ashraf. Okay. Lepas tu, that function fx just substitute into the formula as well. Okay. Don't forget there's a minus in the middle here. And then over h, right? But since this is a fraction, we see that there's a lot of fractions everywhere dekat dalam sini kan, our working ni. So, we want to try to minimize this pecahan dan juga dia punya tingkat pecahan tu. If you can see here, tingkat pertama, tingkat kedua, tingkat ketiga. So we have 3 levels of fractions, right? So it might look very confusing. Jadi untuk simplify ni, we have to change these 2 fractions to be 1 fraction only. And how to combine it to be 1 fraction? We just have to darab silang. Okay, so just darab je lah. Darab yang bawah ni, x plus 3 tu, kiri dan kanan, atas bawah. Atas bawah. After that, yang x plus h plus 3 ni pula darab dekat atas bawah yang sebelah kanan. Okay, just like that. After that, since atas tu is just 1, so 1 multiplied with x plus 3 is just x plus 3. 1 multiplied with x plus h plus 3 is x plus h plus 3. And then there's minus dekat depan tu. Okay. So, bawah ni dia dah combine dah. Jadi, x plus h plus 3 times x plus 3. Okay. So, Aida sini tadi tertinggal bracket. You have to write bracket there. Kalau tak nampak macam only 3 yang darab dengan x plus 3. Okay. And then over h kat bawah sekali. Right. So, what should we do with this over h kat bawah ni? Dia macam, dia seorang je bawah tu kan. Okay. So, we can simplify this to be macam ni. Kalau kita ada 3 tingkat, A bahagi B bahagi C kan. This is also the same as A bahagi B. Kita tukar C tu jadi bahagi C. As in, bahagi yang bahagi macam ni. Okay. So, dalam arti kata lain, kalau kita nak ubah sign bahagi tu jadi darab, dia akan jadi 1/C. Sebab this is C over 1. Okay. So, remember kalau kita tukar bahagi jadi darab, dia akan switch places, dia akan macam flip. Okay, atas pergi bawah, bawah pergi atas. Okay, so it's the same thing here. Now H is dekat bawah sekali. Okay, so it's like we changing H this to be bahagi dengan H. H over 1. Okay, so when we change that bahagi tu jadi darab, so of course automatically dia akan flip. So that's why it's 1 over H dekat this line. Alright, so anywhere Balkis ataupun Afrika ataupun siapa-siapa, if at any place yang saya tengah terangkan ni that you feel macam masih lagi tak clear ataupun tak faham, just interrupt and ask questions, okay? Jangan malu-malu. Kalau tak, saya tak tahu kat part mana. Okay,
madam.
so okay, takat sekarang ni okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Alright, so atas yang tadi, this is x plus 3. And then don't forget minus ni adalah untuk everything. Okay, sebab tu we have to write minus and then big bracket like that. Okay, because this minus is for each of the terms inside. So we have to expand that minus sign like that. Okay, and then we have to simplify x minus x is 0, 3 minus 3 is 0, and then tinggal negative h. Okay, atas tu sorang-sorang negative h. Cantik dah dekat bawah ni tadi, dekat tepi ni, we have multiply 1 over h. Okay, so tengah ni adalah darab tau, it's not minus. Tadi, tadi sini, this is minus. Oops. Tadi kat sini, this one is minus, but now it's multiply. Okay, so when it's multiplication, atas darab atas, bawah darab bawah. Okay, tadi minus. So dia macam ni, A over B minus C over D. Kalau kita nak combine dia jadi satu pecahan, we have to darab silang. A darab B darab D, C darab B, D darab B. Baru dia jadi B darab D bawah tu AD minus CB. Macam tu lah. Tapi, kalau dia adalah A per B darab dengan C per D, then dia bukan darab silang dah. But dia adalah atas darab atas, bawah darab bawah. Okay, so BAC over BB, just like that. Okay, so here, that's why we can simply cancel out this H. Because kalau atas dan atas, then it's going to be negative H over bawah tu pula X plus H plus 3 and then bracket lagi X plus 3 and then multiply with that H kat bawah. Okay, so it's going to be one large fraction. Okay, but since H ni exists at the numerator and also at the denominator and hubungan dia adalah just bahagi, bukan tambah tolak, we can just cancel them off. Okay, so just cancel that H. Lepas cancel H tu dia jadi 1 atas ni. Okay, and no more H kat bawah ni dah. Sebenarnya satu lah. Okay, tapi tak ada lah, tak perlu tulis. Okay, so negative still there. H ni, kita just substitute the H to be 0. As you can see, after you substitute H to be 0, yang tinggal adalah X plus 3 and X plus 3. So, dia jadi X plus 3 bracket squared. Like that. Okay. Alright. So, saya nak tekankan lagi sekali. Dalam A puzzle tu, I try to ask questions about the steps. Okay. So that you guys really know what are the steps untuk this first principle. Okay. Of course, step 1 adalah untuk masukkan dalam formula. Step 2 adalah untuk expand ataupun simplify. Okay. Step 3 adalah untuk apa tu? Untuk expand, simplify. And then kena cancel H. Sebab apa dia kena cancel H? Sebab kalau here kan tadi kita tak cancel H, we just substitute in 0. You still get 0 over 0 dekat atas bawah. So memang tidak boleh kita cari nilai limit dia. Okay, so remember, patah balik pada chapter 1, kalau 0 over 0, that means we have to factorize ataupun conjugate kan. But of course this one bukan conjugate lah. Means we have to factorize ataupun ni memang factorize lah. So maksudnya kita kena cancel je dia punya H. Macam tu. Okay, dah cancel H tu barulah kita boleh masukkan substitute the value of H. H equal to 0 dan dapatlah. Okay, any questions about this?
Madam.
Yes, Hafiz.
My solution a bit different, but I got the answers. Can you check my solution?
Okay, sure. Hafiz, Okay, kalau perasan saya dah semak dah semua you guys punya tutorial. Okay, so setakat sekarang ni saya dah ada general overview about how you're working. Ingat jangan fikir saya tak perasan ada yang peniruan yang terjadi, ada yang nampak sangat tiru, dia tak tahu apa benda yang dia tiru, dia main tiru je kan. Okay, so saya tahu kalau Hafiz Hakimi mesti dia akan buat macam ni. Saya nak tanya, Hafiz ada tablet ke?
Ya, guna tablet.
Oh, tablet apa?
Samsung Tab S6.
Okay. So very kemas lah. Okay. Dan saya suka tengok jawapan Hafiz. Kalau semak jawapan Hafiz mesti seronok je tengok. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for pointing this out. Okay, so Hafiz rasa part mana yang rasa macam mungkin salah?
After substitute dekat first principle tu.
Why do you think this step is wrong?
I don't know, I'm confused about that.
Okay, can you please tell me why can you cancel H here? Why? What made you think that you can cancel H there?
After we substitute into the first principle formula, we can cancel the H. Am I right?
No.
No.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Okay, so cuba saya tengok dekat atas ni. Okay, atasnya okay. Okay, so as you can see, you're working before that, okay, untuk A, B, C and so on. Okay, what you did after you have substituted is you just expand and then just tolak-tolak, potong-potong mana yang perlu kan. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Macam ni betul lah potong-potong semua tu. Okay. And then here, you see that there's a lot of H. You know that you have to cancel. Okay, but you did not cancel H here, right?
Yeah.
What you did was you factorized that H and then you cancel. Why do you have to factorize first before you cancel? Ke boleh je cancel kat atas ni?
Tak tahu madam.
Tak tahu, okay. So tak apa, tak tahu
Just
cakap tak tahu.
factor.
Saya tolong. Okay, so itulah kelemahan puzzle. Walaupun it's very good. Dan saya tengok lepas saya buat survey tu, majority of you like to learn new subtopic by using puzzle, which is also good because you can study at your own pace, on your own time, and cari line internet ni okay kan untuk tengok. And then you can repeatedly watch it. Okay. But kelemahan dia adalah kalau you guys have question, you cannot ask straight away. Okay. Right. So dengan itu saya bergili-gili lah buat kejap puzzle, kejap Google Meet. Okay. But don't worry, Google Meet ni pun saya dah record and then I will always post it to YouTube. Okay. And I will also give you the link to that YouTube. Okay. So saya nak tenangkan tadi kenapa tak boleh. Okay. Kenapa kat sini tak boleh? Sebab dia macam okay. This is pecahan. Okay. Pecahan maksudnya kita boleh pecahkan dia kepada beberapa pecahan mengikut denominator yang sama. Okay. So if we have 3 terms on top of the denominator, that means we can have 3 different fractions. Okay. We are going to have 1, 2, 3 different fractions. Okay. So which all of the fractions has denominator H. So let's say if tadi here, I just cancel H with the H at denominator. So what I'm going to have is like this. And then no more H dah. Okay. So that means the term H square masih ada lagi dan the term 4H masih ada lagi sedangkan dekat sini dah tak ada H. Okay. So that's why it's wrong. Because the over H adalah untuk setiap satu term tu. Jadi sepatutnya setiap satu term tu sepatutnya layak untuk dipotong H dia dengan H dekat denominator. Like that. Okay. So yang ni potong ni, potong ni. So sepatutnya jawapan dia akan jadi macam ni. 2x plus H plus 4. Macam tu. Okay. So that's why we cannot simply just cancel off the H whenever we see the H. We have to factorize that H first and then we can cancel off that H. Okay. So dengan itu juga I saw this careless mistake here. Dekat B. Soalan 1B ni, kita tengok dekat Hafiz Hakim ni. Okay, dia dah expand. Very good, well done. Dengan berhati-hati dia expand. Macam ada careless juga kat sini. So this is minus 4 x plus h. So it should be minus here. Okay. So be careful over there. Dia tak bracket dah. Hafiz tak bracket dah. Tapi bila expand tu Hafiz tak expand sekali dengan minus dia. Okay, so this should be minus here. So it should be minus 4h here. Okay. And then you factorize that h. Ni betul lah dia factorize dah. Malangnya, you still cannot cancel there because we have tambah kat tengah ni. So kalau tambah tengah tu, that means we have two pecahan, two fractions. Okay. Which is 2h square over h plus dengan h times 4x minus 4 over h. So that means h ni, kalau kita potong h macam tu saja, then sebelah ni masih ada lagi over h. Jadi dia pun patut dipotong juga. Okay. So sepatutnya di sini, here, here should be 2h sahaja. Okay. So sepatutnya instead of doing that, what you should do is do something like this. Factorize the h dulu. Okay, ataupun daripada line yang sebelum tu, kita factorize h dah. Pada datang ni kan, kita factorize terus h. Like that. Okay. Dah factorize h tu, barulah kita boleh cancel the h. Okay, dah cancel the h, barulah dia tinggal h1 je di sini. And then we substitute 0 into the h. For x minus 4. Okay. So, seperti dalam puzzle tu juga, I have asked you this question ataupun I said tak note good. How to check your answer is by just looking at the function and then differentiate macam biasa without this long first principle punya method. Okay. Iaitu tengok balik kat sini. Macam ni, Hafiz kini dia dah expand. Okay. Betul dah expandnya. Jadi kalau daripada sini kita nak check, we differentiate yang cepat tu. Yang macam first class of differentiation yang kita belajar. So this is just bawa 2 ke depan, 4x. This is minus 4. So jawapan tadi pun 4x minus 4. Betul lah. Okay, kalau di sini saya tengok. Okay. So di sini walaupun dia cancel h. Okay, apa tu? Konsep cancel h ni salah. Tapi kebetulan dia dapat jawapan yang betul. Sepatutnya yang dekat sini tak ada. Square. So Hafiz Hakimi sekarang ni faham tak? Sebab apa dia salah tadi?
Okay, dah faham.
Okay, faham lah. Ya, macam yang ni betul lah. Sebab dia tinggal memang H dengan H dia dekat atas bawah ni. Dia tak ada plus ataupun minus of anything. So ni betul lah. So back to the question tadi yang E ni. Sebab apa dia salah? Sebab untuk kita cancel H ni, dia mesti dalam bentuk macam ni. Dia mesti H tu duduk dekat atas sekali. Bla bla bla, ini bla bla bla. Okay. Untuk kita cancel H tu, dia mesti H tu dah defactorize dan duduk atas sekali dia seorang. Baru boleh bahagi dengan H kat bawah. Okay. H tu dah lah. pula dekat sebelah dia tu. Sebelah dia dah tambah. Okay, lepas tu ada bracket lagi. Lepas tu dia tambah pula lagi. Lepas tu tolak yang besar ni pula. So that's why of course memang that H cannot be cancelled yet. Unless you have factorized the H, then you can do it. Okay. Right, so maka di sini salah ada kat situ. So sepatutnya buat tadi macam mana kalau kita tadi buat 2652. Okay. Alright. So mana ni kena tunjuk yang X ni. Ni I think ramai juga yang menggunakan salah faham tadi. Okay, so this question is just function f equal to k. What is k? K is just a constant. K is not kx tau. Okay, so kalau kita nak ganti x ni, dia mesti wujud x. Dia must be x. Tadi. For us to change that, dia mesti x. Baru kita ganti x. Jadi, but now, there is no x for this question. X, kita tengok tak ada x. So, how we change that apa tu, x jadi x plus h if there's no x. So, memang tak boleh lah kita gantikan. Jadi, what should be this function? Function should just k. Just k. Okay, that's why we substitute the formula. Yang ni. That formula. We substitute to x. So, x is k. Okay. X pun adalah k. So, k minus k, of course, 0 lah. 0 h adalah 0.
Madam, betul suka start.
Tak. Tak. Okay.
Tak dengar madam.
Tak clear lah medium.
Aduh. Ajar. Okay, ini faham kot kan? Nah. Any other questions untuk tutorial tu?
Madam, tak dengar.
Oh, madam suka start madam.
Ya.
So medium sekat-sekat.
Tak jelas madam.
Okay, sekarang okay tak?
Boleh lah.
Dia dah. Okay, so ada
Dah
masalah lagi
okay,
untuk 2.1?
Tak ada.
Okay, so any more questions for 2.1? Yang kurang faham tu? Okay dah semua? Okay dah?
Okay,
madam.
medium.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So yang G ni tadi sama jugalah macam yang E tadi tu. Dan H pun sama juga macam E tadi tu lah. Okay. Alright. So saya tak perlu nak explain balik lah kot. Nanti saya just semak dan letak jawapan ni betul. Okay. Okay. Dan bagi yang bertuah hari ni, saya akan